Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this latest edition of Read TFOS, where I take old stories I've narrated and updated into modern audio standards. This particular story is called I Am Not a Human, written by Techie Dad. I am not a human. I am a Jothra, like you, born on Jothrai, parents in the Karasville system. There we lived, among the asteroids, mining and selling our finds to the planet-bound Karasvili. It wasn't a glamorous life, but it was a home. We lived, we sang, we ate. Then the Turgli came, with their warships and bioweapons. My parents and the other Jothrai hid amongst the asteroids, and though many were found, a few, including my family, were never found. The Karasvili were not as lucky. The Turgli invaded Karasville and committed many atrocities. Yes, atrocities. This is a new word in the galactic language, introduced to us by the Earthly. The Earthly have the idea that all sentient beings have inherent rights, which are commonly referred to as human rights amongst those species who have learned of them. An atrocity is an action of such magnitude and evil that these human rights are violated. The Karasvili were being systematically massacred, as the Turgli had done elsewhere. Extinction of their entire race was looming. They were desperate and sent out help requests to anyone they could reach, even though they did not expect any assistance to arrive. Our fellow Jothrai and the Jothra system wouldn't send anyone to rescue us, let alone the Karasvili. Other species also could not see the value in sending assistance to a planet that would soon be wiped out, and potentially making enemies with the powerful Turgli. But the human came. By that, I mean the Earthly, and all of their friends they made. This is another new word, also introduced by the Earthly. Friends are allies with whom a permanent bond has been made, based on mutual respect and admiration. You and I used to refer to just Earthly. Now it refers to Earthly and all of the friends they have made. As I was saying, the human eye came. They came with their warships and their terrible weapons, and they stopped the invasion of the Turgli. But instead of killing them all, most were captured and gathered together in prisons. Then, when the Humani saw the atrocities that had been committed against the Karasvili, they put the Turgli on a trial for war crimes. Another new term. The idea some actions would never be allowed, not even in times of war. The Turgli found guilty of war crimes were executed swiftly, with a minimum of pain and suffering. The rest were placed in barges and returned home. The home system of Turk was notified that they would not be invaded or forced to pay retribution, and as a request made to exchange diplomatic parties. This so shocked the Turgli that they accepted the terms. The Humani then brought even more ships and did everything they could for the Karasvili, doctors, rebuilding projects, education. When my father was desperate enough, he contacted the Humani as well, and he was given food, water, and air for our whole family. Other survivors from the asteroids were also treated kindly and given assistance as requested. So, no, I'm not a human, but I wish to be. I'm trying to live my life in a way that they might respect and admire me the way I respect and admire them. I hope that when I finally get a chance to meet the Earthly face to face, we might be friends. And someday, I hope my future children will be considered humani. So grab your weapons from the rack and mount up, my fellow Jothrai. The Terminali are under attack from the Bayanabi, and we are going to their aid. We may fight, we may suffer, and we may even die, but the Terminali need us. Let's go make some friends. End of story. I'd greatly like to thank our Tier 5 channel members, Casper Arnholtz, John Creighton, Manatharia, 050, Dragzoon WRE, and Elijah Silvercross. Thank you very much.